Before we begin, this is a fictional story told for inspiration. In a small town tucked beside green hills and a gentle stream, an elderly woman named Mari lived at the edge of the village. Her home was a simple cottage surrounded by a modest garden, a few fruit trees, and a light wooden fence that moved softly when the wind passed through. Mari did not have much, but her days felt full in a quiet way. She had no children, and her husband had been gone for many years. Still, she carried a warm calm in her presence, the kind that made the air feel less heavy for anyone who stood near her. Mari also had a companion, a small hen named Macy. Macy had pale feathers with tiny dark spots on her wings and a bright red comb that always seemed proud. Wherever Mari went, Macy followed, down the garden path, along the fence line, toward the well, even on slow morning walks through the village. Macy would cluck gently as if she had something to add, and Mari would sometimes speak back as if the two of them understood each other perfectly. The villagers often smiled when they saw them, Mari leaning on her cane, moving at her own pace, Macy waddling beside her like a loyal friend who refused to be left behind. Every morning, as sunrise colored the sky with soft light, Macy laid one warm egg. Mari collected it carefully, holding it as though it mattered, because to her it did matter. It was steady. It was enough. She would boil the egg, eat half for breakfast, and save the rest for dinner. No waste, no rush, just a small routine that kept her grounded. Mari tended her vegetables, watered her plants, and welcomed each day with gratitude instead of demand. She did not measure life by how much she could get. She measured it by how peaceful her heart could remain. Then, one morning, something changed. Mari opened the nest and froze for a moment. 2 eggs sat there instead of 1. She blinked, surprised, then smiled as if the world had offered a small extra gift. She did not celebrate loudly. She did not make big plans. She simply cooked 1 egg as usual and placed the second egg in a cloth and walked to the market. At the market, Mari did not bargain for profit. She asked only for what she needed, a handful of rice and a small piece of jaggery. She returned home with simple food, a calm face, and the same steady pace as always. The next morning, Macy laid 2 eggs again, and the next. Soon the village noticed. People began to speak, first with curiosity, then with excitement. Some said she should sell both eggs and keep the money. Others said she should feed Macy more so the hen might lay 3. A few went further and told Mari to think bigger, get more hens, build a business, use this chance before it disappears. Their voices were loud with possibility, but Mari did not feel pulled by their urgency. She listened politely, then returned to her small home and her quiet rule. 1 egg for me, 1 egg to share. She did not turn the extra egg into a chase. She turned it into kindness. Some days she carried the second egg to a poor family that had been struggling even before the season changed. Other days she offered it to children walking home from school, children whose hungry eyes often said more than their mouths ever would. And sometimes she left an egg on a doorstep early in the morning, then walked away without waiting to be seen. No speeches, no pride, no request for thanks. Little by little, the village began to understand who Mari truly was. People started calling her Egg Mari, not as a joke, but as a gentle name filled with affection. Mari never corrected them. She never tried to explain herself in grand words. She simply kept living as she always had, with a peaceful heart and hands ready to give. Weeks passed, and the sky grew heavier. Then the monsoon arrived. Rain came down hard and did not stop. Day after day, the stream rose higher.
Water spilled into fields, crops bent and disappeared beneath muddy floodwater. Paths turned into rivers. Families who once felt stable began to worry about their next meal. In times like that, fear spreads quickly, and even good people begin to feel desperate. But Mari did not panic. While others had been urging her to sell more and save more money, Mari had been quietly saving eggs in her own way. She boiled some, she pickled others, she stored what she could without wasting anything. She kept what she needed, and she prepared the rest with one thought in her heart: if hard days come, someone will need this. When the village struggled, Mari walked through the rain with a covered basket. She knocked on doors, leaving food behind. She gave without asking questions and without expecting anything back. She did not choose who deserved it. She chose who needed it. One rainy afternoon, a small group of villagers stood under a roof near her home and asked her what many had been thinking. "Why did you not sell more when you had the chance? Why did you not try to make more money?" Mari paused. Rain tapped gently around them. Macy stood close to her feet as if guarding her calm. Mari looked at them with the same warmth she always carried and answered in a quiet voice: "Because happiness is not built by collecting more and more. Happiness is built by loving what you already have and sharing when the time is right. I kept what I needed, the rest was never truly mine to hold forever." The villagers fell silent. In that moment, they understood something they had not seen before. Mari had not been losing opportunities. She had been turning small blessings into a safety net for the whole community. Not through wealth, through wisdom, through restraint, through compassion. This story is fictional, but the lesson can be real. When you have a little extra, you can choose to turn it into noise and chase, or you can choose to turn it into peace and help. A life of enough is not a small life, it is a strong life, and kindness shared at the right time can feed more than hunger, it can feed hope. If this story brought you comfort or gave you something to think about, please like the video, subscribe for more gentle stories, and share it with someone who may need a reminder that enough can be beautiful.